This is Marcus from King of Lions Oracle, back with another Oracle Tarot reading here for you. This is going to be for the time frame from March the 21st to March the 27th. Okay, so what I want to do first is I want to get some Oracle cards here for you. So I'm going to take some time to get some tarot to kind of clarify the Oracle. I'm going to get one spiritual card, one time frame card, and then what we're also going to get is one and general energy for the week to work on. Okay. All right, and then what we'll do is when we get the tarot, we'll take out some past, present, and future energies. Okay, for each. All right. All right, so let's see what we have for my Leos here. All right, so the first card we have is pushing upward, which is 4 plus 6, which is a 10, so that's a new cycle. Expect powerful change and lost lands. And I'll go over each of these once we kind of get the reading started. Okay, so it looks like it's going to come out. Alright, so in your past energy, you have the 4 of Pentacles. So this is about you wanting to save money or possibly holding back. What I'm taking from this, just from the top, is that possibly you have some skills that you're working on that you're really good at, that it looks like you can share with the public. Alright, so let's see, we have the Ace of Wands. And this is a skill or something that you've been wanting to share. Alright. The 7 of Swords. And it seems like the 7 of Swords has been coming a lot for you the last couple of readings. So you've been strategizing. You haven't really been telling anybody what's been going on with you. And so definitely I can see that. You know, I've gotten that the last couple of readings. I'm a Leo too, so I pay attention to my own readings when I do them for you guys too. Alright, let's see. Alright, so what we have here, the Sun, okay? So that's Leo energy, so that's your energy, so that's something good. Alright, so we have expect powerful change. So that's new Moon Eclipse. Okay? Usually with the new Moon Eclipse, that's whenever the moon fully covers the sun. So, you know, just look at that. I got these cards all coming up for you. Alright, so yeah, so just like I said, we have the sun and the moon here, and we have the King of Wands here. Alright, so then we have the Ace of Swords is your future energy, the outcome. Alright, let's see with the lost lands what we have. Alright, so there's a lot of changes happening. You know, one of the things is, Leo, you're the 5th house. Alright, so these 5 cards resonate with you, especially the 5 of Wands. But it's amazing reading. You got the sun, moon, and the star. So you're going to go through a really big change. And you have the Chariot, which is also representative of the moon. So this week is going to be really powerful for you, just like it says. I'm actually pretty excited for this for you. You just read this last card here. Alright. Alright, so the bottom of the deck energy is the 2 of Wands. Alright. See if I can get some light there for you. So the bottom of the deck energy is the 2 of Wands. Right? So looks like you're looking out in the world trying to figure out what's the next step or what's the next plan and figuring out which way to go. Alright. Now, just from looking at everything here, this looks really awesome. You have the pushing upward. So you see there's a picture of 2 mushrooms. One's pushing out and it's kind of sticking itself out, and the other one's like on its way, kind of popping out. And that kind of reminds me a little bit of this 2 of Wands, because the one wand is already in the ground, which you see the one mushroom that's up. And then you have the second one that's in his hand that he's trying to figure out what to do with it. So it's not necessarily popped out yet, but it's on its way moving up. All right. So again, like I said, this is a 46 card. 4 plus 6 is 10. And 10 is about new cycles, new things starting, new things beginning. So this is steady progress, gaining confidence, accepting challenges, a promotion, or receiving recognition. All right, so, you know, as I mentioned before, you have the 4 of Pentacles. So there was some kind of skill, something that you might have been good at, something that you were doing that you kind of weren't really sharing with everybody. You know, maybe you were kind of either embarrassed to share with people, or maybe you felt kind of quirky with you to show people that you have these different skills. But with the 4 of Pentacles, he has his back to the city. So this is something that he could share with people that would probably be beneficial to the people in the city. But with fours are about structure. And Pentacles are about your money, also about your physical body. So maybe this was something that you didn't feel comfortable doing. You didn't have that structure. When you think of like a building that has four sides, so the building won't collapse because the four sides all kind of spread the weight evenly. So possibly physically, you might not have felt comfortable enough to spread this with everyone and share it. And also maybe financially, it wasn't something that you can do or take time to do just because it wasn't going to make you money or what may have you. Right? Now, your current energy, you have the Ace of Wands. So this is wonderful inspiration. This is a new opportunity for you to be able to share your inspiration. This is also you starting a creative project. The universe is giving you something and is reaching out to you and it's saying for you to plant this tree and sprout. Now, if you look at the wand already has leaves growing on it. So basically, that kind of gives you the energy that wherever you plant this, it's going to be fruitful and it's going to grow roots. So it looks like you have that inspiration, and that's kind of pushing you forward to be able to do wonderful things. Right? Now, your future energy, you have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is about a few different things. It can be about people doing things behind your back, people stealing from you, people doing thievery or sneakiness, but the last couple of readings, what I got from this is more about you strategizing and you kind of planning. Sometimes you don't always want to tell people what you're doing, because sometimes whenever you tell people what you're doing, people will make moves and try to kind of get in your way or try to think for you or try to tell you how you should do things or how you shouldn't. And us Leos, we're really not big on people telling us what to do, especially we're intuitive enough to be able to tell what's the next step, and we're going to do what feels right in our heart. So I think that this has been you kind of holding things to yourself, especially because you're pushing upward. You have a reward that's coming to you, something that you've been working on, and you're about to level up. And so if you tell everybody about it, this isn't going to be beneficial to you. This is going to be something that everybody else looks at as a benefit to them, So I would just continue just kind of being aware of that, and just be, conscious that you might have some people that kind of look at you, a different way. All right. You have the Sun. So what it looks like is that whatever's coming from this is going to be very, very positive. It's going to be very beneficial. This is shining the light on you. And it's kind of illuminating you, taking you out of that energy of the Four of Pentacles. Because that Four of Pentacles, you're kind of like, should I show people? Should I not show people? The Sun is like, look, I'm going to put this bright spotlight on you, and there's no way that you're not going to show people, because you're already good at what you do. So for you, it could be any kind of different thing that's going on for you. Whether you got a play going on, whether you're starting a new job, or maybe you're starting a new business and you've been kind of questioning yourself, like holding on to things, saying, I'm not sure if I want to start this new business. I don't think it's going to be beneficial. I don't think I'm going to make money from it. With the Sun coming out in your future energy, put all of your eggs in this basket. It's going to work out for you. You've been balancing out things and trying to do other things here, and if they haven't necessarily been working for you, well, things are going to work out. Okay. So next you have expect a powerful change. Now, can't make this up. This is new moon eclipse. Now, whenever an eclipse happens, like I was saying earlier, is when the moon gets in front of the sun, and then that powerful change happens. So you have the Sun in your future energy. Right? You also have the moon here. Okay? So you have something that's coming that's going to be really, really strong. And those energies make so much sense since we have the Sun and the Moon here. All right? Now, unfortunately, in the past, Leo, you might have felt left out in the cold. You might have felt like, you didn't have enough money for things. You had this progression in your past from the Four of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. But for the Five of Pentacles, I always look at this as the card of kind of like, the half cup, half empty theory. Like, if it's half empty, you're always thinking, oh, pity me, things are bad, how are things going to get better? But if you look at things and say it's half full, then you think that there's an opportunity that things could work out for you. Now, if you look at the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles has these two people, one is walking around on a crutch and has like a bell on him, and then the other person is just covered up, they're cold, they're bleeding, and there's a church that's there that they could go into and they could get help, or maybe they just left from the church and didn't get help. So this is all about your way of looking at things, whether or not you think that you can go and get the help, or maybe you're walking away from the help. Okay? But definitely there's some help coming to you, or the universe is sending you something that's going to be beneficial to you. Right? Okay? So what I see here is you have the moon and you have the magician card. Now, as I mentioned before, the moon, and anytime that you have an eclipse, right, expecting a powerful change, that's when the sun is there and the moon gets in the way. And that creates a powerful energetic change because of the reflection of the energy from the sun onto the moon. Now, you can see here you have the moon and you have the magician. So intuitively, you were working on different things. You were trying to build up things, and you manifested this energy by facing your fears and taking things step by step. Now, with the magician, things get manifested because you have all the tools that you needed. And so you took some time and you manifested this. You faced the fears, you went step by step, and you took it, kind of like how you see this crab heading towards the path here, so it can go past these two towers here. So, just to give you an example, imagine you're a musician, and you didn't have the money to have your own studio, but you said, you know what, I'm going to work on things little by little. I'm going to buy my guitar. I'm going to get myself some speakers. I'm going to get myself a keyboard. I'm going to buy myself a drum machine. Then I'm going to buy myself so you piece by piece just kind of bought everything and put everything together. So then once you were able to put everything together, you got this wonderful opportunity that, you found a new place that had a basement space that was able to put your studio equipment in, and you was able to live in it, and it still was about the same price as the old place you were living. So you kind of took all of that fear, and you worked piece by piece, and you manifested it. So I see that this is something that you've been working on for a while. You put all the time, the details, and the energy in. That past energy, you felt like you were locked in the cold, like things weren't going to work out for you. But because you put so much energy into it and you manifested it, this worked out for you. Right? Now, your future energy is the King of Wands with the Eight of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands, this is a leader. This is a person that they don't take no jokes. Okay, they put their mind onto something, they move forward. They're very well spoken. They're very charismatic. People respect them. So, if we use that same scenario with the music, this could be you being the leader of the group, or this could be you starting a business, owning your own studio. Now, you see these messages are coming quickly because with the Eight of Wands, this could be email messages, this could be text messages, this could be people sending messages back and forth about wanting to get studio time with you. Hey, I want studio time. Oh, how many hours do you want? Oh, you want 5? Okay, great. So you went from building this little mini empire, buying pieces of the studio piece by piece, to now you being able to create your own destiny and to be able to be your own studio manager or your own band leader, put your own things together. And this is going to manifest a lot faster because of the fact that you're the King of Wands and you're taking lead and you're doing your thing. Now, if you look at the King of Wands here, you see there's the little lizard there, or the gecko, and that's shedding the old skin. So the old person that you are that person no more. You've grown out of that, and you're moving forward. You're grabbing your life and putting it the direction you want, almost like a director. You're directing each scene how you choose for it to be, all right? And if you look at the King of Wands is covered with a shroud around his shoulders that's in green. That's of the heart chakra. So the King of Wands leads by their heart, they lead by their passion, they lead by that fire, they lead by that truth. Their inspiration is there. And so I definitely see that you have a whole bunch of good things coming because you have the Ace of Wands with the King of Wands and with the Eight of Wands. So whatever you're manifesting is going to come to you quickly as long as you're putting as much energy into it as people are going to put into you. Right? And the wonderful thing is you're going to get an Ace of Swords. Now, you see the crown on the top of the head? Now, the crown there, this is a download that comes to you, to your crown chakra. This gives you clarity. Okay? This lets you know of a victory, of a win that you're receiving because, just like I said, now that you put all those pieces together, and now that you built your own studio, or you built your own, place of work, or you're starting your own business, and you took everything piece by piece and put it together and manifested everything, you're going to have full control of everything. You're going to be able to direct how you want things to be. You're going to be able to tell what you want, step by step, how you want your life to be. You're going to be able to write your own destiny, okay? And it's a wonderful feeling because one of those things in life is you're not really sure what's next until people, once I realized about the power of positivity and also, manifesting your destiny. Once you realize that you have control of everything, you can move so much faster and so much stronger. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't come exactly how you expect it, but once you get that clarity, you realize that the world is in your hands. You just have to create it. Right? Now we have your spiritual card, which is Lost Lands. Okay, and Lost Lands says soul memories and gifts. You've done this before, right? So if you look at this, it's a picture of a portal, and you see there's like rainbow colors here. Now, if you look at this, it's almost like sunken land, almost like Atlantis underneath. And you can see all these different treasures, and you can see all of these different vestiges and these different buildings. So, what I take from this is, Leo, you might have been here in a past life. And these skills that are coming out now that you've been able to culminate, these are things that you've been working on for lifetime upon lifetime. And I know of myself, not to talk too much about myself, but like just growing up as a kid, I've always been really good at languages, and I've always been good at math. So those are two things I never really had to pay attention to in school. I can pay attention to everything else because I had to learn those. But when it came to math, when it came to languages, I just picked it up quickly. And so sometimes you just wonder, where did I get that from? And that's because these are soul gifts. In your past life, you've already worked on these things. These are things that you've already mastered. So there's no reason for you to work on them, because you already sharpened them enough. Now you're just remembering how smart you were or how good you were. And in each life, you're going to pick up more information. You're going to pick up more things that, you may be able to take on. I was reading somewhere that a lot of Leos and Aries are actually from Arcturus, which is a planet that basically is bigger than the sun, and it's just full of light beings. And everybody there has positive, bright energy, which kind of makes sense when you think of Leos and if you think of Aries. They're very powerful people, and they usually make a big splash wherever they are. Now, in your past energy, again, you have the Five of Wands. Now, if you look at this Five of Wands, it does look like they're fighting, but this is more training, right? So, when I liken this, I think of like, if you're into martial arts or anything like that, think of like the old 70s Kung Fu movies. You have the person that goes, somebody, killed their master or someone burnt their house down or whatever, and they go and find a teacher. And they just hone their skills, and they just get better and better and better and better until the point that now they're the master. So now when they come back to get revenge, or when they come back to do the deed, to fight, there's really no competition because you've sharpened your skills so much. You know what to look for. You know what you've dealt with before. So now that you've dealt with this in the past, you know what to look for. You know what the enemy is. You know what they do. You're going to succeed. This is your past energy. This was you training and getting ready for the current moment. The current moment is you're the star. You're about to be the star of the show, Leo. Whether you know it or not, or whether you can see it or not, it's all in the stars, right? I'll share something with you. One of the cards that's on the tarot is the Wheel of Fortune and also the World card. And on the Wheel of Fortune, the World card, you have Aquarius, and then you have Taurus, you have Leo, and you have Scorpio. Now, those are fixed signs. Right? So whenever you see that those cards come up, that directly has to do with something that is affecting you. So if you look at this here, and if you look at astrology, Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo. Okay, so depending on how your star chart is made, anything that's going on in Aquarius has a direct effect on Leo. Most of the time, it's a positive effect because of the fact that you guys connect, and you also will get along with the opposite sign too. Okay, so with this. If you see Aquarius, right? Aquarius right now has Venus in Aquarius, which Venus is about beauty, structure, making money, and things of that nature. Also, it's about your future, work. Then when you look at Mars is also in Aquarius. And Mars is about making action, taking action, creating structure. And Aquarius is about being part of the group. Right? But at the same time, while they're trying to be in a group, they're an individual that's within the group. So they establish their own individuality within the group. And Mars is there. So you're taking that action to establish yourself as an individual, but the leader of the group. Then you have Saturn. Saturn's also in Aquarius. Saturn's also about karma. It's about hard work. It's about getting what you put into it. So all of these energies right now, Leo, are culminating, and you have almost like a fist from the universe that's pushing you forward to do well. So you have so many things that's working out for you. You just have to take it, grasp by the horns, and make sure that you use all those energies here. You wished upon a star, and this is your current energy. Things are working out for you, right? Look at this energy. You have the Ace of Wands, the Moon, the Magician, and the Star. And this is your current energy. You manifested things from your intuition you powered yourself up and put all the tools together, and this is going to make you the star. So right now, you are going to run away with this, okay? And this is all up to you to take that energy and run away with it, okay? Now, the future energy is the Chariot. Now, it's funny, this is being recorded on the full moon of Virgo, okay? Full moon of Virgo, Chariot. So you're culminating all of those energies. You're culminating that yin and yang energy, and you're running forward. You're holding the reins, but you're not even holding the reins. This is intuitively you're holding the reins. You've done the work, just like we mentioned there. So just like this card is the Cancer representation, you're holding those reins intuitively. You're controlling the yin and yang energies. Things are going forward. You see that sun energy in the background. Everything's bright, and you see the moon's on the shoulder. So you got the moon energy at your back, but you have the sun energy there too. Things are going to work out for you. You're moving forward. Be ready. Things are going to change, and you're going to love it. Right? Now, I love this one. So your future energy is healing. Right? So in the past, with the Three of Swords, you had something that was an end of a relationship, something that stabbed you in the back, something that made you feel real bad. And how I always explain to people is you have the Three of Swords, which is pointing down at the body. So that stabbing went straight through the heart. That hurt your feelings. That hurt your emotions. That was something that damaged you, right? But the beautiful thing is you have that Ace of Swords, which is clarity. And that Ace of Swords is your base. That's underneath you. That's what's making you stronger. That's what's making you realize why you went through those bad things. I always say, I know exactly what I don't want, and that makes sure I know exactly what I want. So because of you going through all of that, you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what it's going to look like. You know exactly how it's going to look like. And almost with that King of Swords, and I would say with the Queen of Swords energy, if it's not packaged the way you want it, you're cutting it out the way. You're not taking it. You're kicking ass and ain't taking no names. So trust me, this week is going to be very impactful for you. You're going to see, like I said, you're going to see a powerful change here. And that's going to be this week. And this is going to set the course for you. For what I'm seeing here, this is going to set the course for you probably for the next 10 years. You can certainly, keep an eye on this page. 10 years later, look at this, and this might be the week that you realize this set what's going to happen for you for the next 10 years. And I get that just from this. The 4 plus 6, the pushing upward, okay? The 10, that's a new cycle, all right? So that's you starting a new cycle of things going well for you, okay? This year is also 2022. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, which is about victory. So you have victory coming to you. I feel really good about your reading, though, Leo. I seriously feel like you guys are going to have a really good week, and that this is going to be something that's going to be one that you remember for the rest of your life. Again, it's my pleasure reading here for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you can contact me for personal reading directly, because you want to answer some questions or have some direct questions, certainly check my info box. My email's there. You can reach out to me and I'll do personal readings. We can talk and negotiate. And if you decide to, you certainly can donate to the page. My contact information's there. All right? It was my pleasure taking care of you and reading for you.